morning one and all. This is Ramavat Mohan. Welcome to KANISHKA IAS. So today we will be discussing about a very famous topic related with environment and ecology. So India, a Lepidoptera hotspot. So what do you mean by Lepidoptera? Lepidoptera is nothing but it is a family of both butterflies and moths together. Okay, I'll repeat. Lepidoptera is nothing but it is an order of both the butterflies and moths, which are very, very important to the environment and ecology and to the ecosystem. So let's go in deep. So India is almost home to 8.25% of the world's butterflies and moths. Okay, so butterflies and moths altogether is nothing but termed as Lepidoptera. So how do we, what is the origin of the word Lepidoptera? So Lepidoptera is a Greek word actually. What is the meaning of that Lepidoptera? Nothing but it is derived from the Greek word which denotes scaly winged and refers to the characteristic covering of microscopic dust-like scales on the wings. So that's the origin of the name. And coming to the distribution. Lepidopterans, they are found everywhere throughout the globe except the place Antarctica. I'll repeat. So Lepidopterans, they are surviving on every continent except Antarctica. So they are absent in Antarctica. And what we can say is when we talk about the globe, okay, so here is the equator and these are the tropics. This is Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees north, okay. And coming to the south side, that is south of the equator, this is 0 degree latitude, and this is 23.5 degrees south, that is Tropic of Capricorn, and this is Tropic of Cancer. So these are nothing but termed as tropics. This entire region, that is the area which lies either on the equator, like up to 0 degree latitude to 23.5 degrees north, and along with that south, that is up till Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, whatever region is there, we call it as the tropical belt, okay, or tropics simply. So here we find the majority of the species, that is Lepidoptera family, that is butterflies and moths in this region, okay. And we also find in certain parts of the areas near the poles. This is North Pole and this is your South Pole, okay. But this is the Antarctica region. Except Antarctica region, we find the majority of the biodiversity of the Lepidoptera family, that is the butterflies and moths in the tropical belt, along with some species are found even in the poles, that is the polar vegetation or polar regions. Yeah, and coming to some quick facts about the Lepidoptera family. So in few months, except a few moths, what we observe in the Lepidopterans is that they have 2 pairs of wings. Okay, very, very important feature of the Lepidopterans. Because of their day flying and bright colors, the butterflies are more familiar. Okay, because we are seeing that they are day flying and they are bright colored. So we do observe the butterflies in the daytime. But that is not the case with the moths. Why? Moths are night flying. Okay, and they are dull colored. That's why they are varied and abundant. So coming to certain statistics. Coming to the certain statistics of the Lepidoptera. So here goes the statistics. We do have 13,703 Lepidopterans. That is, this is nothing but the species of Lepidoptera in India. That means the butterflies plus moths altogether. So the butterflies and moths, they comprise of almost 8.25% of the species, that is the Lepidoptera across the globe. And among this 13,703 species, 12,286 are moths. And whereas butterflies is the rest of the thing, that is 1,417 butterfly species are existing in India, and along with that we have got 240 subfamilies, 102 families and 31 superfamilies. So this is only we need to know the statistics or data. And other than that, there is a life cycle of Lepidoptera. There are 4 stages of life cycle or 4 stages of life for the Lepidoptera. So what are those? The first stage is the egg. Okay. So the egg is converted or growing into larva. We also call it as caterpillar. And from that larva it grows into pupa. We also call it as chrysalis. Then finally the pupa converts into an adult. We call it as a butterfly. Okay, we call it as a butterfly. So here the beauty is like the butterflies or lepidopterans, they are like most of them are herbivorous. So we already know that what do you mean by herbivorous. Herbivorous animals are nothing but they are plant eating animals. So among that the beauty is that we do have got folivorous. So among the herbivorous, folivorous. What is folivorous? Folivorous is nothing but the leaf eating animals. That means the butterflies, they totally consume the leaves of the plants. So we call it as folivorous. Herbivorous are plant eating animals. Other than that, so the folivorous is nothing but up to this caterpillar stage, they depend upon the leaves of the plants. The leaves of the plants. We call it as like up to the stage of caterpillars. So once the butterflies, they grow into the adults, what happens? They are nectarivorous. What do you mean by nectarivorous? Nectarivorous is nothing but these butterflies, they suck the nectar. They suck the nectars from the flowers, plants, etc. Okay. So that's about the life cycle or stages, various stages of the Lepidopterans. And coming to the cataloging, like what is the statistics, like how far different species are present on this planet. So here the Zoological Survey of India, that is a scientist from the Zoological Survey of India, which was formed in the year 1916. So Zoological Survey of India was formed in the year ZSI, nothing but it was formed in the year 1916. So the basic work of Zoological Survey of India is to collect the taxonomy of the different kinds of animals. That is, we can simply say the fauna. Fauna. Nothing but animals. What is fauna? Fauna is nothing but the ZSI functionality is that it keeps a record of the taxonomical record of the animals, okay, of the different kinds of species. So that cataloging is going we are doing it since a century. So here we are worried about the catalogue of Lepidoptera, right? That is the combination of butterflies and moths. So two scientists, namely Navneet Singh and Rahul Joshi, what they did is they were like struggling, like they were working on this project since 12 years to complete the monumental work of cataloging along with that field exploration, okay, and museum creation and rigorous literature verification. So they come up with like what are the different kind of species are existing and what are the new species which are surviving in the Lepidopteran family. So over 100 years what they have done is they have been attempting to classify, okay, and catalog Lepidoptera for over 100 years, and finally what they found is that there are 13,703 species of butterflies and moths across 3,705 genera and 240 subfamilies, 102 families, along with the 31 superfamilies. So that's about some data or cataloging of the Lepidopteran family across India. Okay. So bridging the science and conservation. So the scientific work bridges critical taxonomical gaps, and they have persisted like more than 100 years since the first historical attempts to document the region's insect fauna. That is nothing but like the record of the different kinds of species or varieties of species. We are keeping that since 100 years. And coming to something, the release positions of India among a group of mega diverse nations, okay, possessing a fully updated and centralized authoritative baseline inventory of butterfly and moth diversity. So there are certain personalities who have said something about this, the cataloging of the Lepidopterans. What did they say? So these catalog volumes will serve as a vital national asset, okay, national asset, research, ecological monitoring, and global conservation strategies. So this was said by one of the famous famous personality, Dr. M. Periyaswamy, is working in Information Bureau. Along with that, there is another person named as Dr. Dhriti Banerjee, Director of JADASI. What he said is, such comprehensive catalogues ensure these species are given authoritative voice, a clear legal identity, and permanent place in scientific history. So these people are like focusing on the conservation, okay, and the biodiversity of different kinds of lepidopterans which are present in the country, okay, from the records of Zoological Survey of India. Like what is the significance, like what is the crucial role played by these lepidopterans in the ecosystem? So how are they like helping the environment and ecology, balancing the ecosystem? The first functionality is they are acting as the best pollinators. The first functionality is they are like treated as the best pollinators, very very important. So butterflies and moths are best or vital pollinators supporting plant reproduction, okay, and biodiversity, very very important here. The first functionality is they are like the best pollinators and they are helping in the plant reproduction, okay. Along with that, they are also helping the biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is nothing but the variety of species, okay, the different kinds of varieties of a particular kind of species. So here the species is nothing but Lepidopterans. Fine. So the second functionality is they are the best food for wildlife. How they are doing that? They are serving as essential food for the birds, bats, and other insectivores. So what are insectivores? Insectivores are the insect-eating animals. Okay, insectivores are nothing but the insect-eating animals. So coming to the third functionality, they are surviving as the detritivores. So what are detritivores? Detritivores are nothing but they feed on the dead organisms. Okay, either plants or animals. So here the moths play a vital role in decomposition and nutrient cycling. Very very important functionalities. And finally we do have indicators. So these lepidopterans are the best indicators to detect the ecosystem health. So they are very very sensitive to environmental changes. So if any changes are like undertaken in the environment or geography of a particular region, okay, or we can consider the planet. So they are very very sensitive to the environmental changes. If some climatic changes are taking place, then definitely the lepidopterans may lose their lives, okay. Or we can simply say that a particular kind of species among the butterflies or moths, they become extinct. So they are very very sensitive and they act as the important indicators for ecological balance, okay, or ecological monitoring we can say. So these are the crucial roles of an ecosystem played by the lepidopterans, that is the butterflies and moths. So actually what they have like invented is that or discovered is there are like new species like around the 2205 new species of butterflies and moths have come up into the catalogue. Yeah, and the pollinators are taking over the night shift. That means these are the nocturnal animals we can say. Okay, so they just work in the night. They go for the food or they act as a pollinators. Okay, so among that finally 8.8% of the world. So whatever new species were found, right, this 2205 new species, they are accounting for almost 8.8% of the world's known species in this superfamily. So you have to be like a focus on this. So it is 8.8% of the world in the superfamily, but the entire like population is 8.25% across the globe when we talk about the Lepidopterans. So finally what we can say is that documenting today and conserving tomorrow. Okay, documenting today and conserving tomorrow. Let's protect India's extraordinary Lepidopterans biodiversity. So we need to maintain the variety of species of different kinds of butterflies along with the moths. So what I say is that These are the best pollinators which are saving the planet. They are acting or helping in the reproduction, plant reproduction, along with that maintaining the biodiversity, and they act as a food for the other birds and bats and insectivores, and they also act as the detritivores, and finally they are also the acting as the best indicators. Okay, they are indicating towards the ecosystem health and all. So we need to protect the Lepidoptera biodiversity. Yeah, thank you so much. That's it, and we'll meet in the next class.